his first cotton mill here in Cromford in 1771, and it closed in 1846. And we are very vague about where the cotton came from, because quite frankly we don't know. Nobody on this site has really researched where the cotton came from to this site, or in fact where it went afterwards, after it had been spun. Our tour guides, when they're talking to people, generally say something like, it came on pack horse from Liverpool. And that's it. And they don't look any further than that. And I don't know why. I don't know whether there was a decision taken that we're not going to explore that, or whether we just couldn't find the information in the past. But that's as far as it goes. And I don't even know what that information is based on. So although we say it came from Liverpool, well, it may have done at one time, but it may have come from other places at other times. So there's a lot of the story that we just don't know, and we don't tell to our visitors. So your project could actually help us to fill some of those gaps in our knowledge here, so that we can pass that information on to our visitors. And we would be very, very grateful to learn from what you learn in your projects. The sorts of ways we could use it here, there are quite a few, so I actually jotted them down. The guided tours. We do a lot of guided tours here. 3 times a day, our volunteer tour guides show people around the site. And it would be very easy to add into those tours some information about the cotton, where it came from, and about the people who worked to get it here. Because, you know, we talk a lot about the workers who were here, but not about the other parts of the story and all the work that was done to get the cotton here in the first place. So we can put an extra bit into the existing tours. We could also do a specific tour to focus on the story of the cotton, and from its very sources in the fields to production here at Cromford, going on to where it went afterwards. If we had the information, we could make a specific tour about that. We'd be happy to do that. Also, we have a website, and there are various ways we could use your project to feed into that. It might be that you have a page on our blog and write it yourselves and tell us what you've learned, how it affects you and how you feel about it. We'd be very happy to put that on there. Or if you want to give us some information that we can include on our website, we can do that. So, from my point of view as Education Officer, it would be great to have that information to send out to schools as well, because they're interested in where the cotton came from. It gives them the global context for the bit of story that we tell here. So, the website is the second option. Displays. The building you're in at the moment is called the Gothic Warehouse. It was built 1794 as a warehouse for the canal that had just been built outside. It's going to be our learning centre, so school groups and college groups that visit the mill are going to come into this building. I would be very happy to have a permanent display in here to show what you learn in your projects. It would be aimed at children in here, mainly. So, I mean, if we could produce something that was fairly graphic, maybe based on a map, maybe based on photographs, that would make a very good display in here that all children could understand. So I'd be very happy to have that in here. We're revising our literature for visitors at the moment. I had a meeting earlier this week with a lady who's an illustrator and is going to produce a children's guidebook for this site, because we don't have one at the moment. So I can feed to her what I want to go into that guidebook. So if the timings work out okay, if something comes from this project that could inform that guidebook, we can put it straight into there for children to learn from. Building 17, right, we have one of our buildings on site that you'll see when you go around the yard is currently being developed into a new visitor centre. The whole of the ground floor is going to be a state-of-the-art visitor centre for this site and for this end of the World Heritage Sites. There will be space in there for display. I haven't spoken to the consultants who are doing the display about this project, but there may be a possibility of getting something into there, which would be great, because there's going to be a lot of visitors coming through that building. So anything we can add to their experience would be wonderful. And the last thing on my list is talks. Now we do, at Cromford Mill, we do a lot of talks in the evenings mostly, about all sorts of subjects, anything from lead mining, which used to be the industry here, to the plants and animals that live around the area. We do all sorts of talks and people come and listen to them. If out of your project there arose a talk that maybe somebody here in this room would like to come and deliver to our visitors, that could be arranged. It would be wonderful if somebody here was so enthused by what they'd learned that they would like to come back and speak to the Arkwright Society members about the project, about what they found out, and help us to build on the story that we have here in Cromford. So I'm sure there are other things as well, but I mean that's quite a list. We are very open to your suggestions, and you know, anything that you can give us will add to what we have, because basically we've got nothing at the moment. We just don't know enough about the cotton, about where it came from and about where it went. We know pretty much what went on here, but that's just part of the story. So anything you can give us, we'll build on that, and we'd be very grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.